Hello and welcome to the second Witcher. Um, Behind the scenes, I already watched the game after I downloaded it. I played a little bit with the settings to make sure that it runs as smoothly as it is possible with my setup. I'm going to import the first Witcher saves and finish the tutorial. And I think I'll make a cut. I don't think tutorial is really interesting for you, but I just need to get my bearings and ensure that the game runs like as smoothly as it is possible. Yeah, and I don't see much of a need to include the intro, but maybe I will. I am not yet decided about that. We'll see how it goes. We'll figure it out on the way. In any case, I am going to proceed with the tutorial.
Come on, Sixes. Daddy needs you. Oh, shit. Ha! 20 orange to Grandad. Looky there, he's awake. You daft! Don't go in there! Shut it, he's in chains, can't do a thing. Am I right, Master Geralt? Roll again! Why? The dice didn't roll! Calling me a cheat? Take it back. Look, he's awake again. Monster Slayer, my ass. A regular horson. I heard witches would start out as roadside orphans taken in by mages. Mages who experiment on them. Folks say they plough witches come the equinox. That's how they get those spooky eyes.
Enough! Take him down and put him in the interrogation room.
I thought you died.
I'm not so easy to kill. I don't believe we've been introduced. Vernon Roche.
Walk around behind me if you want to shake.
How foolish of me. Ves! Unshackle him.
Geralt of Rivia. Care to introduce us?
No, thanks.
Bring something to drink. We can't sit here cotton-mouthed. You will tell me everything you remember. The entire assault. And all that happened in the Solar.
And if I refuse?
I shall have to beat you. I've commanded the Special Forces for a while. Got good at beating others. You're a witcher. You'd endure much.
You better believe it.
Worst case scenario, you'll suffer through it, go back to your cell, and tomorrow, they'll publicly gut you, skin you, and hang you.
Just like that? For nothing?
No. For Temeria.
Downright praiseworthy. Where should I start?
It was a long day. I wish to hear the important bits.
Just so we're clear on this, I was not eager to go into battle, but Foltest is not someone you refuse.
Witcher, are you up?
His Majesty, King of Tiberia, Pontar, Mahakam, and Sodden, Senior Protector of Bruges, summons Master Geralt to appear before him.
Tell him I'll be there shortly.
Sorry to intrude like this, milady, but the King...
We heard you.
A pleasant day to you, milady. Witcher.
Stupid war. Could have been such a beautiful morning.
A war can never be stupid when waged by your king.
A wise war is a contradiction, Triss.
Then maybe you know just how I should advise our lustful monarch.
Stop falling in love, sire no further bastards, and don't wage stupid wars.
Genius. You know, these bastards could vie for the throne in the future? Then we'd have an even more senseless conflict.
Which doesn't change the fact that...
I know. Foltest and the other northern monarchs are neither the smartest nor the most refined. But they're kings, one of whom we serve.
And I'll see Foltest is summoned, protect him if need be. But once the castle falls, we leave.
Did you dream of the wild hunt again?
Mm-hmm. The unlucky assassin? How did the autopsy go?
It was a nightmare. In the months since you killed him, the king's medics poked around in his corpse like a bunch of amateurs. What arrived in that cart? Well, I wouldn't even call it a corpse.
Foltest has some trust issues. Did you learn anything?
His pupil suggested he could probably see in the dark as well as you. I couldn't put an age on him.
The killer snuck past all the guards and nearly killed Foltest and me a month ago. And now you tell me he was a witcher?
Possibly. I'm just saying what the autopsy showed. I haven't told anyone, nor do I plan to. I know what it could do to you if it got out. You might be a savior, a king's witcher now, but masters can be as fickle as the cults they ride.
One of the scouts swears he saw a dragon down by the river. Claims he ran into a Scoia'tael unit. That would have been it if the dragon hadn't swooped down. The elves apparently bowed in prayer and he escaped.
A dragon? In the midst of civilization? Please. Besides, does it matter? Witchers don't hunt dragons. Or has something changed?
Nothing's changed. And you're right. It's probably not a dragon. Although it could be a forktail or a slizzard. Maybe even an overgrown wyvern.
The scout ran into some elves and scurried away. That's how that story begins and ends.
I get the feeling that dream's important. Running frantically through the forest. The wild hunt. They're the last things I remember. I wake up and try to relive the dream and the memory, hoping I'll find some guidance. Some clue to grab onto. Something that'll help me recover my memory.
Dreams can be very powerful. Some people claim they can even shape reality.
People claim a lot of things. The problem is, it's often nonsense.
We'll know in time. I'm sure of it.
All right. Time to look to the lustful king and his stupid war.
I'll join you later.
Now that's an opening. So basically the story continues. Not too much happening. We are protecting Foltest, as it seems. We will be playing on normal difficulty. because that's what recommended by the training, and that's what I feel like it as well.
Yes, sir, Sergeant. And eat. Now, listen up.
Good to see you.
Morning, Witcher. Those blades of yours should be useful today.
Does Foltest plan to continue the siege?
No, we're to mount an assault.
Finally.
Truth be told, I'd rather sit here than risk my neck on those walls.
Foltest's would-be assassin. You said you'd ask around.
I put the word out. I did.
And
It's a riddle wrapped inside a secret.
I thought you knew people who could help.
I can give you any cutthroat in Temeria. Problem is, your assassin came from elsewhere.
You sure?
Sure as you stand before me.
I did what you asked.
You killed the cockatrice. Wonderful. Tough job.
Routine Witcher's work.
I'll have your coin as soon as we finish off the lavalettes. I'll be generous, I promise.
I'd like it beforehand. Promises made before battle are often hard to keep.
Whereas you have your trousers protecting your jewels and that magic amulet. I'll wager you'll send the lavalettes running.
I just know I'm gonna die. Shite, I don't want to die on a bet.
The Crinfrid Reavers' honor that's at stake here. This is no time to whimper.
You one of them.
Oh, looky there, new boy, it's that Witcher. Geralt of Rivia ought to know about amulets.
Witcher, sir, I have a question for you.
We know each other?
Don't recognize your old mates. We're the Crinfrid Reavers.
I lost my memory.
As did Boholt. After the hunt for the Golden Dragon, he took a spill and hit his head on a rock. He can still be a beast in battle, but besides that, he don't do much save eat and shit. Rarely even lusts after women.
I doubt that's amnesia.
I'm Kenneth, and this one here they call Desperate, and this is Newboy. He's apprenticing with us. I haven't had much luck with the monsters of late, so we enlisted. Now Newboy's gotten itself into this wager situation. Would you help us for old time's sake? I mean, we all got a little riled. But those are bygones, as I see it.
We'd have set you free. The sorceress, too. Boholt was just fooling about the raping and all.
What rape?
You trapped, Desperate. The Witcher don't remember. Waste of words to remind him. We're old mates, that's that.
So you'd have raped this old mate?
Just the sorceress. You were there to kill the dragon. The sorceress too. The peasants wanted at it, everyone did. But there was only one prize. And we argued, there was some commotion, a regular rumble in fact. We tied you up like hogs, meaning you and the sorceress, and went after the beast. But that dragon thrashed us so hard, we spent the next half year licking our wounds. And you done freed yourselves of your bonds.
Who was the sorceress?
Raven-haired she was. Remember her name, Desperate?
Conifer or some such. So, willing to help some old friends, Witcher?
I doubt they're my friends, but
What kind of trouble are you in now?
It's a matter of life, death, and quite a bit of coin in point of fact. Newboy bet a night that he'd survive the assault in his shirt and knickers alone. He drunk a bit by then, I admit, but a wager's a wager. Our honor's at stake.
A soldier's honor versus a knight's. I think I get it.
The very core of the matter, Witcher. We're slated to go in the first wave, so the going's liable to be hard. Newboy's brave, but he can't survive by courage alone. In any case, we've come into this bauble that's supposed to protect him, magically like. You mind casting an expert's glance at it, seeing as sorcery and such is not strange to you?
Let me see this bauble.
Your wolf medallion, I saw it shake.
It reacts to magic.
So it's true, what the priest said. Hear that, new boy? You'll be safe. We'll fleece that night, we will.
Where did you get this talisman?
We came by it, let's say. We were on patrol, see, and ran into a couple of novice priestesses praying at this shrine. Nice, smiling and all.
We don't wanted to take them two on patrol. But
Shut it! Boat had one of his rare moments of clairvoyance, went rummaging in the shrine and found the amulet.
Who knows what goes on in that head of his? But every now and then he wakes up as good old Boholt.
Aye, he still cuts them down with a single wallet. In any case, we took the amulet and went off to find the rest of the patrol. Oh, the wonders we saw. First, ran into some squirrels, vicious ones, arrows flying everywhere, but we came through untouched. Barely 3 of the others still standing when a dragon swooped down. The elves fell to their knees. We all legged it. The amulet's magic for certain.
Though it failed to protect the shrine from your patrolling.
Aye, true. Well, now we don't know what to think.
There's clearly magic in the trinket, but I doubt it'll deflect swords or arrows.
Shit, I knew it. I told you so, you idiot. Screw honor. Don your metal, new boy. You'll go into battle, confessional and all.
So be it. Though I'd like to have fleeced the noble. Damn shame.
If it goes on like this, we'll be sipping wine in the Loveless chambers by sundown.
Too true. Overwhelming force. That's what I found.
They're getting what they deserve.
See him get hit?
I was there when it happened.
Loveless will pay for this.
Hiya.
Time to finish him off.
Stop bothering me!
With Foltest to victory!
Care for a shot before you enter the siege tower? Or don't you drink and ride?
Immune to disease, eh?
I bet 10 that Bados won't live to see morning.
I'm in.
You're a fool. See now they're cooking up.
This is you today.
Any advice from a veteran?
Your presence insults the gods. They'll turn away from us in battle.
Thinking of it all
Any
day.
advice from a veteran?
Let's show them the meaning of horror.
Cheer up, Witcher.
Bloody sods.
A single
Cheer up,
witcher.
Witcher.
Worth a whole
Says
platoon.
Geralt.
Wasn't it you who defeated the Grand Master and put down the rebellion in Vizima?
So many men will die.
Care for a shot before you enter the siege
With
tower?
Foltest
Or don't
to
you drink and ride?
victory! Those trebuchets are fucking pounding the pulp out of... Those trebuchets
Really as
are
tough as they
fucking
say.
pounding the pulp out of them.
Cheer up, Witcher.
Kick their asses, Geralt.
Hey, wasn't it you who defeated the Grand Master and put down the rebellion?
There is a weight limit and I'm just collecting everything I see, right? Okay. Maybe I should be more considerate about that.
Pulp out of them.
Must be shitting themselves on the walls.
Hey, wasn't it you who defeated Laugh the all you Grand like.
Let's
Some
show
of your
them
soul
the
to be
meaning
slipping on that
of
shite.
Those trebuchets are fucking pounding the pulp out of them.
Must be shitting themselves on the walls.
Laugh all you like. Come the assault to be slipping on that shite.
Kick their asses, Geralt.
A single witcher's worth
Any
a whole
advice
Care
platoon.
for a shot before you enter the siege tower?
Any
Or don't you
advice
drink and
from a
ride?
veteran?
Your presence insults the gods. They'll turn away from us in battle.
Hey, wasn't it you who defeated the Grand Master and put down the rebellion in Vizima?
Greetings. Can I interest you in a worthy cause? We could use your support.
What's the cause?
A veterans fund for former fighting men of need.
Uh-huh. Found anyone gullible enough to fall for that?
There's nothing to fall for. It's just some arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling?
Yeah, why? You put down some coin and we wrestle. Win and the pot is yours. Lose and Well, the coin goes to the fund. Care to test your strength?
Hack the serfs to pieces.
Well, that's some strength you've got in that arm of yours.
Take the knights alive for ransom.
Greetings.
I haven't played dice poker in a while.
Oh, it's like walking. You don't forget how to do it unless you're drunk. Roll a few rounds with me. Certainly haven't forgotten how to play. Here's your coin.
So, some new mini-games as well. Some unknown.
Soldiers! Today we enter the fray.
The dice poker.
Remember this.
Some are new.
Balls will likely lose his head.
Like the arm wrestling. But that's all what the introduction is needed for, right?
Said if you don't hurry, he'll rip your balls off.
And make a whip.
With Foltest to
Care for a
victory!
shot before you enter the siege tower? Or don't you drink and ride?
I'm too old for this.
The king awaits you by the siege tower.
Interesting
Your
that
presence insults the gods.
almost
Turn away
every
from us
single
if
one of them has a specific name.
Ah, they're in for a beating.
Any
With
advice from a
Foltest to
veteran?
victory!
Any advice from a veteran?
Don't all disperse in search of booty and
Cheer
wenches.
up,
A beautiful
Witcher.
day for
Eliminate
battle.
the stragglers first.
Fear not, Excellency, we're out of range of their arbalists.
I am no warrior, sire. I must admit, I prefer to joust verbally or with a pen, the emissary of peace that I am.
Hogwash! You're the emissary of the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes, the Emperor of Nilfgaard, who spared no blood conquering over a dozen sovereign realms.
Thus bringing them laws, culture, and peace above all.
Finally! Traitors of the realm boil tar on the walls while you dally with the royal advisor.
How may I assist you, sire?
We mount an assault today, and you'll be at my side. Follow me, gentlemen. Let's not keep the traitors waiting.
Sire, you said we were out of range.
That was a ballista, Excellency. Its arms strengthened with bronze plates and strung with horsehair. It can propel heavy bolts up to a mile away. A deadly and very costly weapon. An experienced crew can cock and release 2 bolts each minute. Yet it has one flaw.
Your Grace, please take cover.
The recoil of the arms is so strong upon firing that the weapon shifts. It simply cannot hit the same spot twice.
I had no idea Your Grace was a learned military engineer.
I'm not. I gave the Baroness those ballistae 2 years ago for her birthday.
Sire.
What say you, Excellency, of men who live in spite of such wounds?
And what say you, Your Grace, of soldiers who inflict them?
Those who did this live no more.
Master Geralt, I wish to converse with you once the storm of battle has subsided.
Forgive me, Excellency, but I plan to leave the royal court as soon as possible.
Might I know why?
Too often they take me for someone I'm not.
What do they call you, soldier? Wait. You served with me at Brenneran during our foray into the Pontar Valley. Norman Sadel. Still an arbalist?
Yes, sir. Fight has not been kind.
Ha! Norman Sador, for your years of faithful service to the Crown, I appoint you Decurion of the Arbalists. Onwards, gentlemen. No reason to dawdle.
Forgive my candor, Your Majesty, but I must ask, what fate awaits the royal bastards when...
They're my children. If I hear bastard one more time, someone will die. Painfully.
Your Grace, forgive me. But the laws of succession are irrefutably clear.
Piss on the laws. I'll change them if need be. Above all, I'll not allow a band of treacherous barons to use my children as their banner.
Your Majesty is entirely within your rights.
Thanks to Geralt of Rivia, my daughter Ada is alive, and is now the wife of Radovid of Redania. I fear you do not, Excellency. The Midget King merely awaits my demise.
I am certain King Radovid of Redania wishes Your Majesty a long and healthy life.
That wasn't even amusing, Excellency. The old families will never accept a Redanian on my throne. Ada will have to content herself with Redania.
I understand. The issue of succession remains unresolved. Your Grace, I request your permission to retire.
You have it. Black One's in my camp before a battle. What has the world come to? Nothing would make me happier than returning his shriveled head to Emir in a sack. But Triss Merigold insisted I be patient and courteous. Was I?
Not really. I actually saw his Excellency sweat.
You brought your sense of humor along. Have you learned anything about the assassin?
Triss did an autopsy. It's possible he was a witcher.
A witcher? What have I ever done to the ploughing witchers? Anything more?
He had no medallion, but that doesn't mean anything.
Many in your shoes would have withheld that information. After the battle, Triss will report to me. For now, let us tend to the traitors. Where are you aiming, imbeciles? Soldier! Spyglass! What is going on up there? The gods! Count Etcheverry! Catch, Witcher. Aim for the rogue with the red plume. Not 6 months ago, he swore eternal friendship to me. Quickly! How much higher?
One and a half degrees.
Did we hit the bastard?
He's down.
Ha! One less traitor. Time to attack. Follow me, Witcher!
They're very skinny. I'm just not sure how
You know, Witcher,
qualified they
I'm
are for the
prepared to
job.
forgive Louisa. All she need do is to kneel before her king.
Very noble of you.
Are you mocking me? Never mind. I'm certain Louisa will realize her mistakes. Besides, children should have a mother.
Lost.
It's quite simple. Louisa and I had a bit of a tiff.
I don't trust
She made
you.
demands I could not fulfill. Understand?
I think so.
Count Etcheverry and others immediately intervened, all noble, all sympathetic. They claimed the evil king would take her children, but they would protect them, even place them on the throne. And the Baroness was duped. Her motherly love used. In truth, they desire privileges that would weaken the throne.
That's a swiving soldier's life. Taking orders, snap your bow. Going and country, there your wife. And a long road at your toe. Look alive, men! Hail to the king! Where the hell are we headed? What the fuck do we want? Victory! This I like! Eyes on the bridge! We're nearly there! Weapons at the ready!
That tower was ridiculous.
It was designed to break the rebels' morale.
A bunch of lords and lordlings took a ride to then pompously stride on top of the walls, while the real army fought and died below them in the shit and piss-filled streets.
If years of service have taught me anything, it's that the Highborn don the best costumes and get the best vantage points, whether at a ball or in battle. But it's not the time for that kind of jousting, Witcher. Continue your story.
Things went relatively smoothly after we came out of that tower. That is, until we ran into Aryan Lavalette.
Now I have another clothes.
Lord Suxon, you shall push for the center aisle and bring down that gate.
It's a good day to kill, your majesty! Follow me, gentlemen! For Temeria!
Lord Swan, you and your men shall follow me. We must capture or otherwise deal with Aryan Lavalette in order to break the defenders' morale.
Yes, Your Grace.
Geralt, gentlemen, follow me! For the glory! Fall back, goddammit! I forbid you to die like imbeciles. Hear me! They've taken a good position, the bastards! If this persists, they'll pick us off like ducks, and I'm no duck. Any ideas?
That ballista would do the trick.
First, what am I wearing? A diabell? 913 and 1% chance of insta-kill. Okay. And Iron Dite. Okay, those are familiar stuffs. Okay. Steel Sword with higher damage and higher chance of insta-kill. Yes. Yes, please. No. No. Now, I have Blue Stripes combat jacket, but I have a Raven's armor, which gives me much higher armor, much higher vitality, and poisoning and bleeding resistance is higher, but I don't have resistance to incineration and what? Bleeding as well? Yeah, I want just to replace it. Okay, some mage's trousers and some other armor. Yeah, I'm alright. Huh? Oh.
Blasphemous! Yeah! Blasphemous!
Blow the lilies!
Who keeps hitting me?
Guess they'll never learn.
No. Ballista.
Kill the Witcher! Kill the Witcher! Kill the Witcher!
Stand your ground! Stand your ground! Stand your ground! Stand your ground!
Yeah, I definitely need to improve the science.
The towermen! Storm the tower! The gods are with us! Let's Reavers! Yeah! Kill the Witcher! Let's
Well, at least I can use Akshi for now. the very least it works as a distraction.
The door! Smash the door! Axeman! Give me splinters!
Oh. So it's that easy. I wonder if I can remove armor, but apparently it's that easy, so yeah, why not?
Desist! Or be put down like the rabid dogs you are!
Aryan Lavalette. This will be no easy task. Surrender, Aryan! You'll be treated with honor!
Go plow yourself, King!
Bury them in arrows! Come on, men! For Temeria!
They're well shielded.
You got a better idea?
I'll try to get inside. It shouldn't be hard if the archers provide cover.
That's the son of Louisa and the old Baron. Heir to these lands. He's hot-tempered but good with a sword. Be careful.
I'll try to reason with him.
Cover the Witcher!
Okay, apparently I cannot distribute my talents right now.
The famed Geralt of Rivia. You've fallen low, Witcher. Word has it you're one of the best swordsmen in the north. Time to test that rumor.
Enough slaughter. Surrender and Foltest will treat you and your men with honor.
And what guarantee is there that he'll not cut us down to the last?
None.
Foltest defiled my mother. Now he colludes with Nilfgaard.
The king leads an army. You have but a few brave men and your honor. In a minute, you may lose even those. Choose.
Hear that, men? The king sends a witcher, and we are to surrender, forgetting the very nature of honor and pride. We must choose. Shame or a witcher's sword. Is that how you would live? Will you bow your heads before Foltest?
Never!
You heard them, Witcher.
This is between us.
So be it. Stand back, men! My nanny told me stories about you when I couldn't sleep. I especially liked the one of Renfri and her rogues. As I grew, I dreamed of facing you one day.
That dream will not have a happy ending for you.
Blow the lily!
Halt! He's mine!
Damn it, I wanted to save his wife. I'm not really pleased with that.
The famed Geralt of Rivia. Word ha-
Enough.
And
none.
Foltest.
The king.
Hear that? Is that...
Never!
You...
Don't be a fool. This is no game. Your men don't need to die. Surrender, and the king will show mercy.
My mother has seen enough of this king's mercy.
What'll you do? Throw yourself on my sword? Run?
He made mother a harlot, then denied her before all the realm.
True enough. But no massacre, no misguided heroism will change that. Drop your weapons.
Should anything happen to my mother, I shall find you and kill you.
Okay, it was easier than I originally imagined.
Aryan Larvalet laid down his sword. Well, well.
Have you spoken to him?
Briefly. Just before they took him off to the torture chamber. The hard luck of a traitor. Continue.
While I remember, what happened to the dragon?
It destroyed half the castle. Killed hordes of soldiers and flew off.
Where?
In the general direction of Edda.
To think it almost killed us all.
Why am I
Aryan Larvalet
again?
has surrendered the castle. Open up!
And the Baron lives?
Yes, he lives.
In some
I'm
other
not
armor.
spiteful. Open this gate, kneel before your king, and I shall show you mercy.
Looks like we're stuck.
Indeed, and my magic's no good here. The main force down in those boats is going to beat us to town.
Want to head back to the tent? The camp will be nice and empty now. I've had enough for today.
Tempting. Look, the King's Special Forces.
We want to see him!
You doubt my words, dog? Open the gate now!
Sire.
Vernon Roche. Tell me, Roche.
There's fighting in the town. A section of our forces crossed the river in fishing boats and swarmed the streets, burning, raping, pillaging. The Lavalets are making a stand near the temple.
What of the Baroness?
Alive and safely tucked away.
Unsoiled, I hope.
As you ordered, sire. She's fine. And beautiful as ever. The children were not with her.
But you know where they are?
In the monastery. But we've yet to penetrate that area.
Cross, quickly.
Protect the king!
Dragon! Take cover! To the hoardings!
Protect the king!
It's a dragon! I can't believe it!
Marigold, stop admiring it and do something!
It's not that simple!
Before the brute turns my army to cinders!
Witcher, how do you fight something like that?
You don't. You run.
Some professional you are.
Dragon!
The town.
Take cover!
You might
To the hoardings! The gate! At them!
You want me to go over and tell him?
Yes, to the toilet! Yes, to full test!
Back up! I'll open the gate! Quickly! Quick! I can teleport myself, but not you. Run!
Triss!
The bridge is burning! Quickly, this way! Plowing dragon nearly reversed the course of the battle.
The fighting should have scared it off.
Forget the dragon. I need to hear how this story ends.
You were at my side almost all the time after the bridge collapsed.
Almost. Tell me how you got into the monastery courtyard.
Ha! And they said we couldn't get near the walls. Half a day and the town is taken.
Report! Fighting for the castle continues, and a group of rebels have barricaded themselves inside the monastery.
What of my children?
Likely in the church as well, sire. Fen took a priest to task, finally mumbled something about a passage neath the walls.
It would take a week to get a battering ram in here.
Axes, sire?
That will also take time. But what other course do we have? This priest. What of him? What of this passage?
I fainted before I could really get going on him. He's under guard below.
You've some work to do, Commander.
Yes, sire. Silas, you look to this door. Fen, come with me.
Witcher.
Your Grace.
I've a mission for you, one suited to your abilities. Vernon can be persuasive, but he's also hot-tempered, at times losing both his self-control and his subject. You must try to find this other passage on your own. Succeed, and you'll be the envy of all Vizima.
Soldiers loyal to the Lavalettes would never harm the Baroness's children.
I shall be reassured as to that when I see them, not before. We must act quickly. The rebels are dispersed, in disarray. As dim-witted as they are, I fear they could conclude the children would make good hostages.
Maybe Roche will get something out of this priest. It's a relatively large town. I could use a hint.
I'm counting on him. But time is of the essence. Please explore the area. We seek a tunnel or something similar. Beware of traps. They may have planted some. You're best suited to this. My men lack your skills.
All right, I'll go.
I'm relying on you, Witcher.
Where are those axes? Move your asses!
And on that note, I'd like to stop for now. I think this was a nice introduction to the second game. Full of action, full of... I can't say it was full of a story. We're getting like it's the introduction. It's giving us some hints how the story might develop, but for now we just know that there is some kind of a battle. It doesn't seem like too significant, too strong. It's important to focus, but that's it. Yeah, so we shall see how that will develop. We definitely see some hints that some strange about the strange assassin who tried to murder Photos, but that will develop further, I guess. So we shall see. So far so good. I will probably try to do some more tweakings of the graphics, because I'm not very pleased how it looks, but it's definitely playable. This is definitely an improvement from my previous experience. So yeah, we shall see how that will go. Thank you for keeping me company. I hope you enjoyed the episode as well. In such a case, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, or otherwise let me know in the comments what I can improve for you. And I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye.